Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some Pittsburgh Steelers breakdown and analysis of their crazy, wacky, wild, surviving another comeback Week 6 victory in overtime over the Seattle Seahawks 23-20. Let's talk about what happened on Sunday night and a little bit of Monday morning as well at Heinz Field. First things first, however you want to slice it, you're 3-3 after being 1-3. You're going into the bye. You're going to get healthier, and you're going to come out of that bye again 3-3, facing Cleveland. So this is, from a record standpoint, as good of a position as basically you could be in just a couple weeks ago compared to that when this team was 1-3, coming off the losses to the Raiders, to the Bengals, and to the Green Bay Packers. And so that's just a good place to start, a good place to be. Obviously, it's far from ideal. You thought this team would be better than 500 going into the bye, but it's the best of a bad situation, a bad start to the year, obviously. So for Sunday night's game, almost want to say Monday, recording this Monday, obviously. You come in, you're favored against the Seahawks team without their quarterback, without their running back, and you jump on them 14 nothing. Feels like you're going to cruise to victory, but Steelers, typical fashion, does not happen. Let's talk about the offense to start. Obviously, it was a slow start overall, and the offense was, I'm trying to figure out how I want to define the offense. Just kind of never got into that real great rhythm overall. There were moments and they capitalized on drives and that was good, but they just kind of came in fits and starts overall in this one and faded at the end of the game. But I think again in situational football, this team is doing enough. They were, I believe, 2 or 3 in the red zone tonight. I'm not sure if the Boswell game winner was in the red zone or not, but they were 2 or 2 to start off tonight, getting those 2 touchdowns, one to Najee, one to Ebron. So you're finishing some of those drives, getting touchdowns, and that ultimately proved to be critical in this game. They were a little bit better on third down early in this one as well. I'm not sure actually where they ended up on third down. Probably not in a great place overall. No one was perfect tonight, but I thought the line did a decent job overall. Najee Harris ran really hard. I like the concept to get him his touchdown, spread the field out down near the goal line because you can't win vertically, obviously. So try to win horizontally, get a one-on-one matchup, and so they're feeding him the ball. They ran better later in the game, which was good to see overall. And they didn't make on the whole, a lot of massive mistakes. There was the Ben fumble, and that was obviously potentially costly in the moment. But there wasn't anything super catastrophic in this one. But again, this offense still trying to find its footing, and it's going to be, probably at best an average-ish kind of offense, but did just enough. And that's kind of the theme of this night. This victory was just enough to get the win. Defensively, it was a tale of two halves in a third quarter, and then in overtime, it just was very up and down. Very good start overall. I mean, Seattle ran like 20 something plays in the first half, did nothing at 60 yards, was shut out at halftime. Pittsburgh goes into that one up 14 nothing, and just, Geno Smith was not doing anything. They didn't really try to run the ball. They couldn't run the football. Pittsburgh did a great job on third down in the first half. Trey Norwood overall, a big third down presence, 3 stops, had 2 tackles and a pass breakup in this game. That was massive. His best game as a Steeler. But second half, Seattle comes out and they run the ball really effectively. They just really ran it down the Steelers' throats. The tackling was abysmal in this one of the worst tackling performances this defense has had in quite some time. That's not acceptable. That's one reason why Seattle ran the ball effectively. It's far from the only one, though. Guys didn't fit their gaps well. Guys were just late to react to where the ball was going, and guys were getting in, 2 guys in the one gap. And so he had a bunch of issues. Not 100% sure, who was most to blame, but certainly there were a lot of guys who struggled. Devin Bush did not have a good game. Did not think Terrell Edmonds had a good game. Minka was hot and cold in this one overall, but team run defense not good enough in this one, at least in the second half and on. But you made enough big splash plays, and you had guys step up like Cam Hayward. Your superstars stepped up in this one basically. Cam Hayward and T.J. Watt just dominating that overtime. 2 sacks, a forced fumble. What a night for him. In a sense, it kind of reminded me, especially with the alumni being there of that James Harrison game, and I believe it was '07. It wasn't the exact same, obviously outcome in the sense of, Pittsburgh blew out Baltimore that game. They were up 35 nothing at halftime, won at 38-7, I believe. But it was 35-7, 35 nothing. Regardless, it was that kind of dominant performance, and so it probably wasn't at that level for me, Watt tonight, but it kind of had that shades of it with the Hall of Famers and Cower and Faneca and those guys, Troy. in attendance tonight. But he took over and made the plays when he had to, and special teams. Harvin had that shank, but I thought he had a good game overall. And Chris Boswell, 52-yarder, the game-winning 37-yarder. How good has Bos been for this team? Do not take him for granted because there's a lot of bad kicking in the NFL. And kudos to Christian Kuntz and Presley Harvin, their first game-winning snap and hold as well. So that's going to be pretty special for those guys. So long story short here, you got the win. Wasn't pretty. Rarely is for Pittsburgh, but you're 3-2, like I said, and so you take it. You go to the bye, and you'll have a marquee matchup against Cleveland on the other side. They're dealing with injury issues with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, Baker Mayfield. So we'll see what they look like going to Week 8. They're playing on a short week on Thursday. I forget who the opponent is, but they're going to play on a short week, and so we'll see where they come in heading into Week 8. But Pittsburgh in the best place they could be after that 1-3 start that first month of the season. So we have a lot to recap, and I know I'm missing a lot of stuff from this game. Want to get this video out to keep it kind of short because it is so late, and we'll let you guys listen to it and react with your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if you guys have not done so already. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.